Hi everybody. One of the questions that comes up most often in supervision is, how do I help my client get in touch with their blocked anger? We all know it's a really important issue, but for some clients it can feel very scary. And so how can we help them creatively to get in touch with those feelings that can feel overwhelming or too frightening to address? We're going to look first of all at how to make an anger box. And I'll do a few more videos showing other creative interventions that might be helpful working in this area. I've been working with anger boxes for a long time, and mostly I have to say that something the client likes to do at home. If you are trying to do it in the session with them, you would have to have an awful lot of things available for them, so it's more freeing for them to go away, find a box and work with it and bring it back to you. So you just need to really give them a few basic instructions. First of all, how big is your anger box? I've got a variety of sizes here. Some of them are quite big, like this. I actually had one client who used a suitcase and another one brought a matchbox. It's a felt thing that they know how big their anger is or feels to them, or their relationship with anger. You could actually buy, these boxes are quite cheap at the works, a pretty little box, because that's my pretty little anger box, or this was something I got at Christmas with some bath stuff in it, smellies. You could even use boxes that are around your house in your cupboards. Other cold remedies are available. Coloured boxes, plain boxes delivering your goods. It really is entirely up to the client what they choose. I have to show you that one client worked with this box. This was their adult anger, and then inside was their teenage anger, and inside that was the anger of the inner child. I mean, how cool is that? That was absolutely brilliant. So you can see there are no strict rules about what kind of box you choose, but what the client feels is right for them. And then they decorate the outside of the box, which is what people see when I get angry, or what I want them to see. So the client might paint pretty pictures on it, or stick happy smiley faces. One client put cotton wool around the outside. I'm all fluffy and nice, I don't get angry, don't worry, I'm safe. Actually, we're going to look at inside, is what you really feel. I had one client who put cotton wool around the outside, and she got some cocktail sticks and shoved them through from the inside, so that you might think it's safe, but ow, she could be quite prickly. So yeah, the outside is what I want you to see, but the inside my box is what I really feel. And into that box go the things that make me angry. Now, usually a client might begin by putting things like injustice, unfairness, cruelty. And part of it is to help them explore their own anger about things that have happened to them. Sometimes they just put words on pieces of paper, but I like to encourage my client to find pictures and symbols, things that express their feelings about anger. They might put a plastic animal in there, a headline from the newspaper, anything that brings out their creativity. And there are some amazing anger boxes, there really are. Being able to put the lid on it is important. And what message does the lid say? One of my clients put a big no entry sign there, or open with care. There are all kinds of boxes. You could use a Chinese takeaway box, completely transparent. I've nothing to hide. This is me. Have a good look. I am delighted to say that we did an anger workshop on my level 4 diploma just yesterday, and 4 of my students were willing to let me make a video of the anger box they had created. So Hannah, Denise, Serena and Sarah are now going to present to you their anger box, what it was like to make it, and they're amazing, and I hope you really enjoy this, and I'll check in with you again at the end.
Hi, my name's Hannah, and I've made this anger box for the course we're on. So this is my anger. This is my representation of my anger. This anger was something that I was very much, I wouldn't show anybody else. I don't really show anyone else. Only those people who are closest to me get to see my anger. So it's very private. It's like saying keep out, strictly, highly confidential, no unauthorised access. But when anger does happen, it's quite hazardous. There'll be loud noises, flying objects, and I feel that sometimes when things are pressure, like I'm feeling pressure from external things, it will just pop. And inside are things that make me angry. So a few of the things in here, when I was young, I was boxed in and labelled by somebody, not a member of my family, and I was judged and I felt dismissed, and I was labelled as shy, quiet, good, sensible, and I had all these chains around me, and I felt that I couldn't ever express my true self, which was all the beautiful colours and freedom that you'd find in a bird. So that's how I felt there, and that makes me angry. That made me angry then, still does make me angry. Another one, something that makes me very angry, are lies. And when truth is hidden and you're not allowed to see the truth, and dishonesty, and especially by people who loved me, love me still, but these lies, and that was very hard to take and made me angry. Another thing that makes me angry is when technology fails and the wasted time, and I think it's because quality time is a real love language of mine, and I think it's the idea of just time is wasted by technology failing. Other things in here are exclusivity and elitism, something that makes me very angry. So when people think that they are better than others, maybe especially linked to power or money, that's something I find very difficult to cope with. Emotional abuse, and arrogance is another one in here, and one more that I've got as well. This was actually representative of a therapist I once saw, and I was left feeling so exposed and so picked apart, and in quite a sad and very difficult place, and I felt I was left unsafe. So this was the feeling of it wasn't safe. So that's some of what's in my anger box. There we go.
Hello, this is my anger box I made today. On the outside it's very pretty and all very soft things. All the way around it's nice and soft and there's pretty stars. It's very, very pretty. But that's just the outside. That's me on what I look like. I'm all very soft and gentle. But when I let my anger out, it looks black. So I've done my inside of my box black, and I've included a few things in it that make me angry. First of all, there's the awful car drivers. When I get up to a roundabout and they honk their horns at me, it drives me nuts. They just won't wait 2 minutes. And I'm absolutely mad about cats, but all domestic animals as well. I can't stand people being cruel to animals. It makes me so cross when they abandon puppies and kittens. And not only domestic animals, they go after elephants for their ivory tusks. It's really cruel. And they hunt down and kill all the beautiful wild animals. And there's a monkey as well, just a little variety of animals. Now we go on to the people that make me angry. This one is a traffic warden. They make me very angry. They're so very unfair with all their tickets. Extremely unfair. This Lego man represents people who are being late. I can't stand people being late. It really makes me cross when they're late. This one is for cold callers. That drives you mad because you're always trying to get the dinner or rush to get out. Drives me absolutely crackers, these cold callers. And I really do get cross with people who tell lies. I can't stand people who tell lies. And lastly, the last thing in the box is me. I'm like a tiger. When my anger comes out, I go, "Arr!" just like the tiger.
Hi, I'm Serena. I've been doing an anger box. So I picked a middle-sized box that I wanted to put some pictures on. Most people, I think, when they think of anger, think of rage and crossness. But for me, actually, when I get angry, there's tears. And it comes out with frustration. And I think this is how I look. So I put a little picture of this with the girl pointing her hand, because I think I can be quite telly-offy, controlling, things like that. And red is an angry colour, I think. So I'm going to pick some things out of my box. I think the thing for me that's right in the middle was this stone that I actually sat with my daughter and painted some stones, and it's got anxiety on it, and I think I feel really angry with this, and that's why it's a big rock for the box, because this destroyed me, really, who I was. And I think it's changed me forever, and I don't really look at it as a positive thing. I think of it as a negative, because I'm never going to go back to being who I was. And that's always there, and I put it in some of this straw, red straw, because I feel like it's hiding underneath me and I can't ever get rid of it. It's always there. I also painted another stone of a ghost. And I've done this with my daughter, she's done other things, and I explained it to her because we're quite open about death. But I feel cross, actually, and angry, because in the past 2 years I lost a lot of people who were important and close to me, and I hadn't really had a lot of loss before, so it's left a lot of holes that I can't fill, and I don't know how to fill. And I don't think I wasn't ready for them to be taken away. So I feel angry but scared as well of death, which is on my mind a lot, actually. I've put in here, I've put some words as well. Humans, I get angry with humans, the way they treat animals, and that's why I've put this picture of a battery hen in here. In particular, I remember this, we rescued this one that we called Limpy Sticks, and the farmer that we rescued him from actually said that a week before he was due to go to slaughter, he didn't give him any food or any water, because what's the point, they're going to be dog food anyway. And I just think the amount of power humans have and what they do to abuse other humans or animals or anything is really upsetting, and I can't change it, and that makes me feel really angry and sad. I've put other words in here: lies, what's fair, fake smiles, with pictures and things, because in my life I feel that there's quite a lot of people that front things and are not real, and I don't understand it. No matter how much I challenge it, confront it, try and deal with it, it's always there. And life just isn't fair, so that's why I've put fair, and that's what I get angry about. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah. This is my anger box. I decided to be creative on the outside because I don't get angry that often, and I wanted people to think that everything in the garden was rosy most of the time. Fluffy white clouds, a kind of serene scene, but actually when you look at my anger on the inside, it was a bit like a box of fireworks. So I thought at first my anger was going to be black, but I decided it seriously wasn't. It's a multicoloured explosion of emotions. Inside my box, I started off with just having one bomb, which sounds a bit dramatic, but actually on the palm of my hand I can probably count the times that I've really kind of lost it, and it felt in those moments a bit like a bomb going off with regard to expressing my anger. Now lots of things kind of prompt my anger, so I have my bomb, but I had things that really kind of get to me are mainly not being heard. So I listed a few and I'll just pop them up here. Feeling rejected. When the computer doesn't understand me, I could easily throw the computer out the window. Betrayal. There's quite a few things that. Lies. Grief is a big one. Absolute grief led me to distress and anger. Assault, disease. Powerlessness is a big one for me. I hate it when women are overpowered and I can see cruelty. The last couple of words in my box are child abuse and injustice and control. They're big ones for me. And when I have these moments of absolute not sure what to do with myself because I'm completely beside myself with anger, being asked to do something I don't want to do maybe, I usually take myself out of the situation. 20 years ago I might not have even cared about my life, my value of life was quite low at that time. But recently I've taken myself out of the house and I do actually care whether I live or die, but that's what anger does to me. Kind of, it implodes inside me really. It can look quite violent and it can look quite distressing. And a couple of symbols that I chose here are a couple of earplugs. When I'm not seen or not heard, not seen or not heard, it makes me angry really, and I think that really stems from not being able to express myself. So if a lot of my anger was directed inward, so if I wasn't able to express myself, I would feel really angry and self-destructive towards myself. I had what I felt was a blue heart, my heart was undernourished, not well fed. So and the last thing I popped in there was if I feel gagged, which is the same thing really as not feeling heard, I would feel angry. So there's my anger box for you. My kitchen represents some of the paint that I put in my box, but it was a very constructive experience.
Well, a huge thank you to the girls. That was absolutely brilliant. I loved seeing what they'd made for their anger boxes. If you've enjoyed the video, please put some comments in, or if there's any questions you've got, add comments, and please do subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, but the more numbers we get, the more we can do with the channel. We do run workshops working with anger creatively, and I've put the website address on the screen now, so do go take a look. You'll find our deep release brochure is available on our website to see all the goodies that are around the country, and we'd actually meet and we could talk about these things together. So thank you again, a big thank you for watching. Bye.